Always stay hydrated, boys. Always stay hydrated. Yummy. What's up, Tamers? My name's Tai. BT-5 is here. It is released. We are full blown. Everyone's got it now. So we got a lot of new cards to work with. So today I'm going to show you a deck that I've been thinking about making for a really long time. If you don't know, my real name is Tai. So that's the whole correlation. It works so well with Digimon because the main character is Tai Kamiya. So this deck is going to be the theme of the channel. I'm going to show you a deck list of only using the Agumon, Greymon, and War Greymon, and Omnimon. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, like I said, BT-5's out. There's a lot of new cards that are going to really benefit Red as a whole, especially with like the Omnimon Shout line and all that. But I'm going to mainly focus on this baby right here, Koromon. This Koromon is super awesome. If you don't know, this was actually, there's an alternate art version of this. It came out if you participated in the events of July and June and July, I believe. I have one of them because I went to one tournament in June. I can videos up here. I did like a deck list of it. It didn't go very well for me. This is the only thing I got, but it was fun first tournament, like first official tournament. But so I'm talking too much. What this card does is its effects is when attacking, if this Digimon has Omnimon or Greymon other than Dora Greymon, Burning Greymon, or Dexdora Greymon, there's a lot of Greymons that are going to be coming out, I'm guessing. He's the main character, so, or the main Digimon, so there's a lot of versions of him, and they're just kind of covering their ass for the future of cards they make. So I'm not going to say that every time, but that's the main theme. Pretty much every card that has the exceptions, the Greymons, these are the ones. There's a reason. It's an anime reason, I believe. I don't know it. I'm gonna look into that. But other than that, when you're attacking, you get to draw one. Finally, Red gets a draw, and that's great because Red, that was the one thing they lacked. You know, things are expensive to. Red was always slower, so now this is gonna let it, you know, get more cards in hand. So make better plays. It's great. This is it's a 4 of. Pretty much, I believe, if you're playing any sort of War Greymon, you're going to play this at 4 of. So, last egg is this Koromon. When you have 4 or more Digi-Evolution, you get plus 1,000. This is from the starter deck. It's a pretty generic egg, but it's good. Plus 1,000 is always nice. Alright, going on to the rookies. We got Agumon from BT-1. I'm going to be saying Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon, War Greymon. I fuck ton this episode, so yeah, get ready for it. So this Agumon's from BT1. What it does is you on play reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, and you get to take a Tamer from it. A lot of people have a hit or miss with this card. Reason they're kind of like on the fence about it is because it could throw down to the bottom of the deck some cards you really need at that moment. But if you play a decent amount of Tamers, this isn't a bad card to run. And I run a decent amount of Tamers. Who knows? We'll see in the future as we progress and see if we really need this. But I really like the art of this one also. So that's also why it's in there. Next Agumon is this one from BT-5. He's a searcher. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck on play. You get to add a Greymon or an Omnimon. Or both. If you get both, you get to pick an Omnimon and a Greymon. Put it in your hand. Rest go to the bottom of the deck. This is an awesome searcher card. It's just a great rookie, especially for what the theme of this deck is. You're always gonna at least hit one of those. I would be surprised if you don't. There's always a possibility, but you know what I mean. All right, this Agumon. Next Agumon's a promo Agumon. I've talked about this before in my Red OTK video. It's up there for BT4, so it's a little outdated, but you know, main concepts are still there. But this one is if it has Greymon in its name, you get plus 2,000. Always adding DP is great, especially this meta. The DP is a lot higher than what it was in BT4 because BT4, kind of the highest one was probably Chaosmon, which was 14k. So now we got a lot bigger Digimon. There's a lot more Omnimons lurking. So you want to get high up DP, especially if you're trying to do a lot of security attacks, which Red can do very well. Next Agumon is the starter deck one. It's just a generic, you know, you get plus 1,000. There's no stipulation, just 1,000. It's nice. This one works well, especially because when you go into the Omnimons, this card will still work. When the other Agumon, once you go into an Omnimon, you lose that 2,000. You know, it's good to have both. You always want it. And that's going to round off the end of the level 3s. We run 14. Now, we're going to get into the level 4s. So this is a BT-5 Greymon. He's new. And when Digivolving, if it has Agumon's name, which it will because you only got Agumons, you get to gain a memory. So he's a 1 to evolve. And his inheritable is, if you have Omnimon or Greymon in the name, you get plus 2,000. It's great. This is awesome. A 1 to evolve, plus you getting an inheritable. You can't beat that. That's great. Yeah, it can't be in the raising area for that to work, but trust me, I'll talk about it later, but you'll see why you're not always going to be in the raising area with this deck. This is, okay, you're like, what? This is an Agumon or a Greymon? Yeah, it's just you need blockers, and this is the 1 to evolve blocker that came out in BT-5. If they ever make a Greymon blocker, he's going in there replacing this. I don't even care if it's like a 2 to evolve blocker. I'll replace it, but yeah, you just need blockers. And he's a 1 to evolve blocker. Can't beat that. So, next, back on the Greymon train, is this Greymon from the starter deck. He gets his inheritable is Security Tech +1. Just a great inheritable. Getting the ability just to add to the value of swinging in for security, you can't beat that. Alright, and that is level 4s. We're going to run 12. I love running 12 level 4s. I don't know why. It's just a good number for me. Next, we are going into the level 5s. Level 5s, we are running 2 of the Metal Greymon, the secret rares from BT1. This one is, its effects are Security Tech +2, and then when attacking, you'll lose 5 memory. And he's at 9,000, so he's pretty big. But most of the time, you're not going to do that. Situations come up where that's a good option, especially if you have the Greymon that gives you plus 2,000, plus you have the Agumon that gives you 2,000, so that's 4,000. He's 13k. That's pretty big. So I wouldn't say it's the biggest thing in the meta, but it's fairly big. And then, but the reason why people play this card is it's an inheritable is getting plus 3,000. That's just great. You're getting plus 3,000. You can't beat that, because then that's just gonna make everything. It's gonna make your Omnimons unstoppable. Well, all the DP additioning into this deck is going to make Omnimons unstoppable. So, yeah, it's just a good card. Good card. Next, we're running this new card from BT-5. This is this Metal Greymon Ultras mode. So, when Digivolving, this card has Metal Greymon in its name, or in the Digi-Evolution. You can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 or less. That might not come up as much, but it's not why you're running it, but it's a nice little addition. If it works out, it works out. But why you want to run this card is, 1, you can evolve it over a level 4 for 3, or you can evolve it over level 5 for 1. And why I think this is such a cool concept for a card is because it's gonna just make you add a lot more value to what you're doing with evolving, and also lets you able to choke your opponent if you don't want to go into your level 6 that turn, the past turn. You could just go into that and give them 1. It's great. I like it. It's a neat, interesting card. I hope they do more cards like that for all sorts of different types. I think it's cool. Next, we're running 2 of the Metal Greymon from the starter deck. This one is heritable as when this Digimon is blocked, gain 3 memory. And especially because you're going to be swinging for a lot of security with this deck. So getting that, making it so they're going to want to block you, and then you're going to gain memory because of that, you can't beat that. Plus, also, you can evolve into that in the raising area. You can evolve into this in the raising area, bring it out, and then go into this guy for 1 next turn. And if they have something to delete, you could. Like, that's a play you could do to make that work. And then you're getting a lot more effects added to an evolution source that normally wouldn't have got all that bonuses. So next, we're running the War Greymon from BT1. This one is when Digivolve gains Security Tech +1, and then this Digimon doesn't activate security skills on option cards if it checks. This one's just great. It kills control. Blue, it does well against that because then all the option cards don't work. Like I almost said Gaia Force. What? No, like Hammer Spark. Hammer Spark doesn't activate with this, so it's great. It's just a really good one. You could run it at 4. I thought 3 because I'll show you why. Next, we're running this War Greymon from BT-5. When Digivolving, if it has Greymon in its name, you get to delete a blocker. So clearing blockers is always nice, and this is a lot cheaper and better than the Skull Greymon, but yeah, and then it has an inheritable. When attacking, delete one of your opponents with 3,000 or less. So it's pretty much gonna take advantage over Rookie Rush, but I don't know how much that's gonna come up, but if it does, it's nice. It's just you never dog on inheritables if they don't go off every time, but they're there. You know, when they do, it's gonna be a nice treat. So yeah, that's why I run that one. Next one, we're running Z Greymon. When Digivolving, you get Blitz, so he gets to attack once you pass turn. So that's always nice to be able to finish an attack while you're passing turn. But also why you want to run this card is it's inheritable. Is when this Digimon attacks with Blitz, it can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. Reason why that's awesome is, one, that's going to be really good pairing up with. That is the level 6 of the deck. You're running 7 level 6s. Yeah. Next, we are running level 7s of this deck. We're running 4 level 6s. The first one is Omnimon. When Digivolving, gain Blitz, which is also nice. And then when Digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon. So you can swing and then evolve into him and swing again. So he's a double swinger, which is nice. And then on all turns, if this opponent's effects will get deleted or returned to the owner's deck or prevent it from leaving the playing, you get to trash the level 6 underneath it. So say they try to get rid of it with like Nidhogg, Gaia Force, you name it. You can say, nope, I'll just trash the level 6. Yeah, you trash the level 6, and then he gets to stay on the field. So you get to do that once, which is nice, but yeah, you can't beat that. It's nice. It's a nice little addition. Also, we are running one of the Omnimon X antibody. This one, if you get it off, this is a fucking ridiculous card. So your Digimon is Omnimon in the name. You can Digivolve, so you can Digivolve over the other Omnimons for 3 instead of 6, which is nice. And when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon DP less or equal to this Digimon. So it's like a walking Gaia Force. It will kill almost everything, which is great. So you can swing insecurity and kill things. Can't beat that. Also, opponent's turn, when your opponent's Digimon attacks you, you may trash 2 of this Digi-Evolution source to end the attack. That's really good because then, if I'm reading that correctly and how that works, if they're trying to swing for game, you can just say, nope, end. It's a good card. So, reason why I only run this of 1, not more, because, it doesn't really, it's nice. It's a good 1 of. I don't think this is a 1 or 2 of at most. I don't think this is going to be like a 4 of in any deck, but I could be wrong, but it's a super nice, it's fun. It's a really cool card, and it looks cool. Can't beat that. I wish I would have got the alternate art of this card because it looks really like old school. But beggars can't be choosers, so I'm just glad I got one of them. So that's rounding off all the Digimon of this deck list. Now we're going to show you some of the Tamers that we're running. So first Tamer running, this is a Tai Kamiya deck. We're going to be running Tai. This one, this is the memory Tamer. You're going to get the 3 memory. And all your red Digimon, if they have 4 more Digi-Evolution sources, get Security Tech +1, which is just nice. So if you go from baby all the way up to level 6, you're getting a Security Tech +1. So it's a really good way to, it's aggro, it's nice, and it keeps you consistent with the 3 memory. That's why I like this card. So next Tamer we're running 3 of Nokia. Yeah, we're running 3 Nokias. I'm not saying her last name. That's complicated. On play, you get to play 1 Agumon or Goblimon from your hand without paying its memory cost. So you can just play this down, play one of your Agumons, boom, It's a nice way. You know, you pay 3 memory, you get 2 things. So, and then also it's main, and when digivolving, when your Digimon, if it has Garurumon, Omnimon, or Greymon in the name, you get to reduce the evolution by 1. So, why this card is awesome is 1, it makes this Greymon free. It makes this one evolve over a level 5 for free, which is just additionally adding card draw, so you're cycling in your deck. It's super great. You know how I was saying earlier in the video that you're not going to be in the raising area all the time? This card's the reason why. You can keep your main guy who you want to go into the raising area. You can keep him there, and build him up, get the perfect stack you need, while you're still putting up board presence with the Nokias. So you play Nokias, you get the Agumons for free. And remember how the Tai Kamiya is, you have to have 4, so pretty much you have to go from egg all the way to level 6 to get the security check +1 for the red. Well, guess what? Because of this card, you can do it without having the egg. So if you just go over another level 5 with this guy, then that additionally makes the Tai active. So you can still keep your preferred stack in your raising area, keep him safe, especially with his meta and all the deletions that can happen. So you can keep your preferred stack while you're still progressing with the Nokias and playing out Agumons for free, or for 3 memory. And then you're also reducing their evolution, so you're able to get up higher faster. So you can pretty much, say you, let's just hypothetically, this happened, I was playing this deck, and I actually had all 3 out at once. So I had all 3 out. I played the last one. I played the Agumon for free. Then I rolled into the Greymon, tapped one of them, got it for free. Or no, I didn't tap it. I just played the one. Sorry. So then I played this Greymon here, tapped one, made him a 1 cost. Then I went into this Greymon here for 3 and tapped the other 2, so he's a 1 cost. So then I'm at 2 memory. I only just only 2 memory, so I'm still at 1 memory. Then I went to this guy, into 1 memory, and boom, and then I'm at 0. I literally went from all the way up from the Agumon I played, all the way up with very little memory. It's just great being able to reduce, especially because Red's always been so bulky. Reducing it is nice. Okay, so that was the deck list. You might be asking, Tai, there were some cards that a lot of people haven't read, you were missing in that, and there was a lot of cards that I thought of putting into it. The deck is pretty tight when it comes to, there's not a lot of room, so it's all personal preference and how you want to play. So now I'm going to show you some of the cards that are honorable mentions that could be good, could be useful in the deck, but that's up to you and how you feel is more important to you. So let's get into that. First one is this Agumon Expert. On play, return an Agumon from the trash in your hand. Reason why I don't play this, because you would think with the Nokia you can play it for free. You can't, because Nokia specifies Agumon. Doesn't say Agumon in the name. Agumon. So Agumon Expert doesn't count. So it won't work with Nokia. So I don't find it extremely useful. If I can't use it for Nokia, I'm not going to use it. And that's why. But it could work. It's up to you. Maybe a one of. Next one is this Agumon here. This Agumon is 4K, 2 to play, 1 to evolve. You would never evolve this. This is definitely one of those you hard play for 2. If you wanted to get a 2-drop into your deck, this is how you do it. If you want to stick with the Agumon line. If you don't really particularly care about sticking strictly with Agumon, there's other vanillas that would be better. But this is the Agumon version, so there it is. Next one is this Agumon. This is the one with Digibursting, so it goes back to your hand after it's been Digibursted. I don't play much Digibursting, so I don't really feel the need for it. But if you did play like Victory Greymon, which is he's a good option, or if you play Rise Greymon, yeah, I would throw at least one of these in there. You really only need 1, 2 at the most. Next one is this Greymon here. Reason why you don't use it, there's just a better version of Greymon. The one that can Digivolve for 1 and giving +2, it gives +2000. This one is just 2000 to everybody, so yeah, if you wanted to give your Omnimons 2000, that works, but in all honesty, as long as your Omnimons get at least 1k, they're usually fine. So it can be used. If you want to throw it in there, you can. It's not necessary because there is better versions, in my opinion. I might be wrong. Next one is this Greymon here. It's Security Greymon. This is the one that if it's in your security and they attack it, it plays out. Security Control uses this a ton. You could put it as a 2 of, throw it in there. It's nice. I don't think I would use it, but hey, it's up to you. Whatever you want. Next one's Metal Greymon. This one is when attacking, you gain 3 memory. At the end of the turn, you lose 3 memory. This one just helps you guarantee your turn a little longer if you think you need it. I don't run it. I'd run it as a 1 or 2 of, but yeah, it plays with the Metal Greymon, and so the whole Metal Greymon thing, it plays for it. It's not bad. It's not terrible. I just think the other ones, the inheritables, are more useful than this. But hey, whatever. Next one is Skull Greymon. This one's on play. Delete a blocker. The War Greymon evolving into it does the same thing, better and cheaper. I wouldn't ever see the reason to use this, but he looks cool. So if you want a cool little skeleton in your deck, put him in there. I mean, he's not useless. He has a value to him. I just don't feel it works well with this deck. But it's up to you. And then here's that Rise Greymon I was talking about. Digiburst 2, play a red or yellow Tamer. Play cost of 4 or less. Reason I don't play this is because I only have 2 red Tamers. And I'm mainly playing a lot of the Nokias. If this was just Tamer, I would play this 100%. 3 of. Downright, possibly 4 of. If I could play the Nokias for free. But I can't. So, because it's red and yellow, not white. So, if you want to use it, if you want to put more, like if you wanted to put like, I don't have them on this list, but Marcus, if you want to throw Marcus in here, yeah. If you're playing more Marcus than the Tai, then yeah, you definitely would. This is the good option. All right. Next one is Victory Greymon. Again, if you're doing a Digibursting, if you want to play it, it's good. So my thought is you could interchange this with that War Greymon that deletes blockers. Reason why, most blockers are about 8k or less, unless they're like a level 6 blocker. It's less like only blockers. It's just 8k. Delete anything 8 or less. So this one might be a little more useful because it's more universal. But that's gonna be a lot of playtesting to figure out if that's the case. But if you think that's a good value, then I would use it. Victor Greymon. He's not a bad card. Now, War Greymon. This War Greymon from the starter deck. So the big complaint about War Greymon from the starter deck is its 4 cost. It was too expensive, but it had a good effect. Every 2 Digi-Evolution cards get Security Tech +1. Well, you put this in this deck. One, the Nokias can make it cheaper, and with the Ulturist mode, yeah, that Greymon that can evolve over level 5s, you can make this thing swing for 5 security. It already would swing for, if you have a Tai, for 4. You could literally make it just itself. No additional Tamers, nothing. In my opinion, the people who would use this card for their decks, people who can't get the BT-1 War Greymon, because both will swing for the security. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the option cards I think you could throw in this. One is Hero Dragon, draw 2 if you have a Greymon or Dragomon. I don't. Who cares about that? You're only caring about the fucking Greymon. If you got a Greymon, delete someone with 4,000 or less and get 2 cards. It's nice. It will come up because you only have Greymons, but do I think it's it's useful, but it's hard to find room in this deck. But if you think you need it, you need more draw pool, then grab it. Next one is Triton's Revolver. You delete something with 6k and less, and then you may play a Tamer 4 or less for free. So this lets you remove something from the board and play a Tamer. This one will be nice because it doesn't specifically say red Tamer, so you can delete a blocker, do the Nokia, play an Agumon, and go from there. And if you do the searching Agumon, then search for the card you need. it would work well. I think it might be a good option to throw a one of, but it's up to you. It's up to you. It could be good. Gaia Force is just, what the fuck? It's not that much. But Gaia Force is just great. It's just a great card, great removal, best removal in the game. It always will be until something else does the exact same thing. Then it will be tied. There's no stipulations. Just delete something. Definitely, if you're gonna put this in there, 2 of. I wouldn't put them 4 of. Deck's already hard enough to find room. If you can find the room for it, sure. The reason I don't have it is just because that Omnimon is pretty much a walking version of this, so it's the only reason. But if I didn't have that Omnimon, I would definitely put this in place of it, for sure. Transcendent Sword, cheaper, worse version of the Gaia Force. If you have Gaia Force, you don't play this. But if you don't have Gaia Force, you play this. Simple as that. It's a cool card, cool art, especially when it's paired up with the blue version. They make the Omnimon. It's really cool. Rowdy Rockers. So this one's nice because you place 1 level 4 or lower from your hand into one of your bottom of your Digi-Evolution, which is always nice to do, especially to activate the tie. And then if you do that, you draw 2. So you can put, if you say you were evolving, you didn't get that security attack +1 Greymon, you really wanted it, play that card, throw it in underneath. You're good as gold. It's not a bad card. I don't know how much you run it. It's kind of hard to find the room. Where I think this is going to find its value is possibly Shoutmon decks, for sure. But yeah, it's a cool card. That was my list. That was my list for all the cards. I think if you want to make a Tamer tie deck, a tie or a Greymon deck, this is it. Ty's the best character of the show. Don't at me. Just saying. Not biased at all. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Share it to your friends if they also want to play this type of deck. Also, if you new, I'm going to make a lot of Digimon content. Subscribe if you want to. We're on the goal to get 200 subs. We're on our way. We're on our way. We're going to get there, 100%. I've been taking there was a bit of a break. I tried the live stream, the BT-5. It's actually on YouTube live stream. I don't know how well. I don't know. It just felt weird. I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to stay back at Twitch, try to figure out what's going on with YouTube, but oh well. Hey, that's it. All right. If you enjoyed the video, all that stuff. Hey, stay safe, have fun, and watch out for pebbles. Peace.